would like to know what is the attitude of surrender.
Surrender. What do we have to surrender? You know, when we say so and so has surrendered to the master, okay? What does this mean? He says, I listen to my master, always. Okay? And a person who says, I'm going to listen to the Shastra every day, has he really surrendered anything? He's given up his dirty intellect and his weak mind and his all stupidities and complexes that he has, and he's following the intellect of the master. Okay? He becomes master-like without realizing it. Because he's given up his intellect, which is worth nothing. But the unfortunate thing is that we bring our intellect up every 5th minute. I know better. And he makes a mistake. If we could follow his intellect, that is a supra-transcendental, self-illuminate way of flow of the thought, which is only light, which doesn't interpret. He says the only truth is what the Shastra says. Not because this is my knowledge, and if somebody doubts it, he says, have a look in the Shastras. Tu bhi kar ko jodkar Ram dware hi ja. You also go to the master's place, his abode, and find out what the truth is. And they're not assertive about their truth or anything. Because they say, if you feel that, then go to the master and find out. Okay? Otherwise, whatever you say is going to be a joke. And whatever I say is going to be a joke. So surrender does not mean, you see, seemingly as tap, which is we've just discussed, seems to be a very difficult term. Surrender doesn't mean that it is becoming a fool. Person who has surrendered, samarpit kiya hai, sam arpit. है ना? The term in Sanskrit is sam arpit. More is explains itself much more. Sam means as if it is equal to the master. Okay? You accepted his intellect and given up yours. Okay? And we feel very proud, we've done the surrender. But what surrender have you done? Ask the person who's done it. You say, what surrender have I done? I'm only trying to follow my master. He is wisdom itself. He is light itself. Take it? His patience itself, his love itself, his forgiveness itself, his everything itself. Then what have I done? Take it? So, what have I given up? So a person who says I've surrendered, it's not a negative term. It's an the only positive term in the whole of the language which we can comprehend. The maximum light we can reach is to reach the word surrender. Okay? But he does it gratefully, humbly, realizing this fact, my entity has no meaning. The only entity that has a meaning is his entity. So what is he seeking? When a person says, oh Master, thy will be done. Okay? Is he surrendering anything? He's going to be the greatest man on earth. Isn't it? Why? He is obeying the master. He's got a master who is the universal truth, who is the master, master itself, the light itself, the truth itself. He's going to follow that. He's given the darkness, which is his intellect and mind, and whatever he thinks is I and mine, all these things are conducive to taking him towards darkness. Okay? He's given up that and he's chosen the light itself. So when he says that you've got to choose it alone, yep, he's chosen light itself. He's refusing to trust his intellect and his mental phenomena and aberrations. He's not interested. Okay? He's not interested in his personal likes and dislikes. He's not interested in anything which will give him any entitization or anything, any recognition. He didn't want that. He said, no, I've chosen. I don't know whether I'll be able to reach that, but he's my master. And this choice is by no means a very small choice. I am choosing the King of Kings, the Lord of the Lords. Now, I can't choose that because I can't reach that. I is supported by intellect and the mind. Okay? They're in any case wrong. Now he starts moving towards that truth. ठीक है? अब तो प्रीत निभाऊंगी अगर राम ने मुझे कहा. Now I'll do something or not do anything if Ram says so. ठीक है? So he's not interested. But look at his choice. What an ambitious choice. And we say surrender is difficult, bad, and tap is no good. Why should we tolerate all this? Well, it's your choice. As they say, you stay in damnation. What are the words used? Hell and damnation. They say in some of the words are used in the scriptures, in Bible and all. Then that's all right if you choose that. Otherwise, the light is there. Either choose him or the hell and damnation. That is there in any case. But that's created by the mind, the intellect, and I and mine. Our follies. So he chooses the light itself. He must be a very daring, very strong person. That's why they say only a Dhir Purush can go there. A strong personality who knows how to bend down double. Not only double. Bend down so much that there is no entity left. There is only the light. Without even a speck. Without an iota of darkness anywhere. Do you understand? So when a person says, I surrender, in actual fact you're not surrendering, you're rising. That's what they say. Rise in love, don't fall in love. When you fall in love with an object outside. So you're falling. That's moha. When you fall in love, when you love the master, you arise in the light. And there's no darkness there. Now you understand? So, we have to choose. But the only thing is, which people are afraid of, oh, then I'll have no entity. What do you want to do with the entity? Where's the need for an entity? Okay? It has no meaning. This is taking us towards darkness. Entity itself is dark. because it's supported by ego, mind, and all those foolish things. Anything else?